G'day folks, Damon from Nomad. I've got a new freshwater bait here I'm extremely excited about. This is called the Swimtrex. It's very unique. It swims when it sinks. There's really nothing else out there that has this type of action when it's sinking. And the other cool thing about this is the vibration that you get on the slow roll. So it's kind of like a traditional trap where it vibrates when you pull it in, but when you pause it and let it sink, it's got this really crazy swimming action. I'm going to show you the underwater action and the rod actions that you need to get the most out of this when you're out on the water. All right, so the first retrieve on this one is just your standard straight wind. Now you need to use sort of a medium retrieve speed on this and you'll get a really great vibration out of this. There's rattles inside, the vibration's awesome. The thing you do need to be aware of is it's got this patented Autotune technology built into it that we've used on some of our other baits. What it does on this bait is it gives you more swimming action when it sinks, but the other thing you'll find is that it doesn't transfer as much of the vibration to the rod tip. So don't be worried when you're winding it back and you're only feeling a little bit of vibration in the rod tip. The lure is still under the water doing its thing. The one thing that you won't get out of this bait is if you're trying to do a really slow, like really slow kind of roll, you're not going to get enough vibration out of this, and that's not what it was designed for. So that retrieve is very, very effective over weed beds, medium sort of speed, and you'll catch a lot of fish doing that. So another way you can fish the Swimtrex, which is the really exciting retrieve for me, is to let it sink and do a sort of yo-yo retrieve. So I would fish this in a little bit deeper water. If you're fishing a 10 to 15 foot edge, you can let it sink and then give it a long lift on the rod. So what's happening is the lure comes up, it's vibrating as it comes up, and then it swims as it goes down. Now the really cool thing about this is it changes direction. So you can see when you're fishing it, it'll go left, next time it'll go right, sometimes it turns around and swims backwards. It is so erratic and it just drives fish crazy. So the combination of that vibration when it's lifting and then just the super erratic swimming action, there's really nothing else out there that does the combination of those two things like the Swimtrex. So the other way that you can fish it in a little bit shallower water with the same sort of lift and drop is you don't have to give it as long. You just cast it out and you can just do shorter lifts of the rod. So it's effectively the same technique, but you're fishing it in shallower water. It's just that kind of faster, shorter lift and drop. Now, if you were fishing that on, say, a little point, maybe 6 or 8 feet, something like that, you can just do shorter little lifts and it's just kind of fluttering down, vibrates up, super effective. So you can also fish the Swimtrex just with a straight wind and a pause. So you can just wind it and stop. When you stop it, it'll swim down and you can just gauge the depth of the water for how long you want it to sink. But it's basically just a straight wind and stop, let it swim down. Very effective over sort of shallower weed beds. You can just sort of let it sink down, touch the top of the weeds, and the fish will quite often hit it when it just starts swimming again. The Swimtrex is available in 3 sizes, starting at a 1/2 ounce, a 3/4 and a 1 ounce model. There's a great range of colours across all of the sizes. You can go to the website nomadtackle.com and check out all the details.